What's good? What's good? The shelter I volunteer at sent an email yesterday. There are 2 dogs experiencing some deep kennel depression. So I'm going to go read to them. That's like my expertise. The really sad dogs I can sit with and I make a lot of progress with them. That is totally irrelevant to the topic of this video, but I'm just intro. Welcome. Das Kapital and the destruction of the American dollar. Das Kapital is the lesser discussed writing of Karl Marx that goes hand in hand with the Communist Manifesto. The critique of capitalism, the critique of money, the critique of profit, in conjunction with the advocation for the abolishment of private property. There's no such thing as private property. There's no need for money. If you can just get whatever you need, there is no need to have a store of value. Right there. Capital, in the paper form, is a store of value. In the past, we used to use things of actual value, like gold and silver and precious metals. Why? Because they were literally valuable. Gold is extremely functional. It's used in a lot of technologies, believe it or not. It's not just, oh, it's pretty, whatever. It's functional, very functional. Platinum, titanium, they are functional. So when we talk about hard resources, but it's not functional to hold a large amount of these, right? So that's where banking and paper money comes into play. But then you get into fractional reserve banking and a government monopoly on the issuance of currency, and you create this system that is not real. American money is not real anymore. The dollar is no longer backed by any goods. It is what now is known as a fiat currency, fiat meaning by decree. So the government just says, oh, hey, this has value because we say it has value. When in actuality, it has value because there is a future taxpayer base that the government can rely on. That's essentially what gives the dollar its value. However, when you hyperinflate the currency like America has been doing by printing all of this money, kind of like the Romans did 2,000 plus years ago, they started clipping their coins and they started depreciating the actual value of the currency, which led to a destabilized economy and ultimately their demise. And that is exactly what is going on right now. They are trying to destroy the value of the American dollar. And why? Because the globalists at the top are trying to usher in global communism, global collective communism. The World Economic Forum has been very open about it. And what would that mean? That would mean that there would be a one world currency, a one world government. That is their ultimate objective. And here's the thing though, the people at the very, very, very top don't actually believe communism is good for humanity. They do believe that it is good to consolidate resources and power, which is exactly what they want to do. And they have manipulated the masses to believe that this fairy tale illusion of an ideology is what humanity needs. And so they are using, somehow, Karl Marx, who is just popular still, and his ideas are popular still, to brainwash generations of people. Capitalism, in its truest, most real form, the free trade of goods and services, is beautiful. It is natural. That is the starting point of nature. And people are going to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. That is the starting point of humanity, is a stateless society. We construct these systems that oppress us. We construct our own prisons when we construct these governments and these institutions. Capital, in the truest form, is just a resource. Resources can take many shapes. Food, like a cow, is capital. Your intellect, your human capital. So when I advocate for the ownership of my body and to be able to reap the benefits of what my body and my mind can create, that is freedom. That is sovereignty. That is the exact opposite of what Karl Marx advocates for. That is the exact opposite of what Marxists and communists advocate for. The abolition of private property includes your body, the fruits of your labor, of your mental and physical efforts. I'm not being hyperbolic. That is literally what they want. You are to contribute to the collective, how the bureaucratic state sees fit. You are not to seek self-actualization. That is not what you will find in a communist society. And so we really ultimately should just destroy the American dollar. I believe it's time to move away from the neoliberal establishment that is kind of right beneath the World Economic Forum. That's one of their arms, one of the weapons they use to manipulate us. I don't think Bitcoin is the answer, but it is one of the solutions. It's going to be key. But how else can you store value? How else can you trade and exchange value? The labor model of value is outdated. It has been debunked. That's what Marx discusses in Das Kapital. That labor, input, products sold, value should correlate. There are so many other factors there. Art. How do you value art? Somebody can spend 5 minutes on a painting that sells for 5 million. Someone can spend hours on something that never sells. Value is very subjective. I'm rambling at this point. This is a half-good video. This is why I need to have conversations with people, because I do so much better in a two-way back and forth. Anyways, much love.